have a feeling that those are the relay people and those are the 50-mile people, so this is probably a dumb move.
You can still go, even when you feel slow, you can still go, even when there's no hope, you can still go. I never answer to no, man, I still go.
Hi, welcome back. It's Adrian the Mountain Man. It's Saturday afternoon. It's almost 5 o'clock. I am here in Montgomery, West Virginia for the Highball Thurmond Ultra and Relay. I'm doing the 50-mile version. And so it's beautiful here. It's ridiculous. I'll just let you see. It's unbelievable. So I'm going to do pack and pick up and then find a place to park the truck and camp for the night. So I will take you along with that, and I'll talk to you soon. We are just a couple of minutes away from the start of the, we're about a minute away from the start of the Highball Thurmond 50-miler. So I'm going to get over to the starting line, and it'll be a great day, and I'll take you along. All right, see you soon. Alright, we are at the Highball Thurmond 50-miler. This is put on by Trivium Racing. I'm an ambassador for this race. About half a mile in to the 50-miler. They also have a 55K and a 50-mile relay. And as I say that, I just realized I'm in a gap. There's a bunch of people back there and a bunch of people up there. And I have a feeling that those are the relay people and those are the 50-mile people, so this is probably a dumb move. I'm not going too quickly, 9:20 pace, but it's been on the road so far, so might back it down. But yeah, it is beautiful out here. It is really foggy today, but there's a river right over there. I camped in the truck last night, as I typically do before a race, just so I can be as close to the start finish as possible. And yeah, it was really nice. The only downside, this is a big train town, so a lot of trains going by in the middle of the night, blowing their horns. So it was a little difficult to sleep, but other than that, it's been great so far. And I only have 49.5 miles to go, so I'll check in with you guys in a bit. All right. All right, I just passed the first aid station at mile 5.9. Like I said, my goals are kind of in the air for this race. So I have a 9:30 pace chart, which I think is way too aggressive, and a 10:30 pace chart. So I think 10:30 may be doable, but I'm right in between that 9:30 and 10:30 pace. I think I was 10:0 something pace for the first 6 miles. This next section, if I'm going for just the 10:30, should be 11:04 pace. So we'll see how that goes. Sun's coming up, but it's still really overcast, so that's nice. The high is supposed to be in the 70s, or maybe just touch 70. So I'm hoping that the clouds stay. It is super humid though. I'll probably get rid of this shirt at mile 20. I have another one under it. But so far so good, and met a lot of good people. It's crazy. Almost everybody I've met so far is from Raleigh, Durham, Hillsborough, or Greensboro. So they're all really close to where I live. And I'm 4.5 hours away. So pretty crazy, but a lot of fun. All right, I'll check in with you guys in a bit. Hey, buddy. Alright, I am almost to the second aid station. I'm at almost 9.5 miles right now. This section was supposed to be for the 10:30 goal, 11:04 pace. Right now I'm at 10:11 pace. So that's looking good. I'm just using that maybe to bank for some of the hills. I'm still thinking between 10 and 10:30 is the goal. If I can get under 10, that would be amazing, but we'll see how it goes. Super humid, still not too warm. Definitely would like to take this shirt off. I might do that at the aid station, or might wait until 20. But it's been a beautiful course so far. Hey, how are you? Good, doing great. 111. Tailwind? Thank you.
Hi, morning. I got 125. 115.
Thank you so much.
You're welcome.
Okay, that was the 9.7 mile aid station. I think I came across in 10:15 or so. Surprise hill, the last quarter mile, which is what I'm climbing now still. So everything's going well. The next section has over 1,000 feet of gain, so it slows down to 13:23 pace. And again, all these paces are based off that 10:30 expected finish time. So we'll see how it goes. Seems like it's going to be a challenge. About an hour to the next aid station or so. So I'll check in between now and then. Hey, thank you so much. Okay, we are about 12 miles in, 2 hours and 5 minutes, about 2.5 miles into this climb. I think I mentioned it's supposed to be 13:23 pace. I'm right around 12-minute pace, so I'm feeling good. I don't think I'm overreaching, but we'll see. I want to have one practical note. I typically use Tailwind in all my races, but I normally use 1 scoop per water bottle for half a liter. The race is providing Tailwind, but I think they've doubled that up, which a lot of people do use 2 scoops. I'm just finding it really sweet. So the next aid station, I'll probably just do half and half. And it looks like, so this section is supposed to be about an hour, a little bit under, and the next section is supposed to be about an hour and 4 minutes. So I'll probably continue just to use a water bottle at a time. But later in the race, there are some sections that are closer to 2 hours apart. And if it heats up, I'll switch. But we're climbing. Okay, we're at the 13.9 mile aid station. That was a 3.5 mile climb, about 1,100 feet. So I'm gonna stock up and then keep on going. I'm on 9:30 pace. We'll see if I can stick with it. All right. All right. The 14 mile aid station. Well, this next section is 6 miles. It's kind of the opposite. The last one I climbed 1,100 feet. This one's a 1,100 foot descent, but it's a little bit longer. It's 6 miles. So shoot for 9:45 pace for this section. Give you a little bit more background about my goals in a minute. Okay, almost 17 miles in. About 3 hours. And I'm under pace and going downhill. So I want to tell you a little bit about my goals. Oh my goodness, this place is ridiculous. So about 6 weeks ago I ran the Umstead 100 and I came across the 50 mile mark in 9 hours and 38 minutes. Right now I'm on 9:30 pace. Obviously in 100 I was doing 50 extra miles, so I could have gone a little faster at that. But this race is, so far it's been road, or dirt road. But after 20, we're going to go to single track and technical, and I'm not sure I have technical, but it's going to be single track and a lot of climbing. There's an 8 mile section that has about 1,800 feet. So that's 9:30 would be the dream goal, but I think anywhere between 9:30 and 10:30 I'll be happy. But we're doing well so far. Hopefully my legs hold up and it doesn't heat up too quickly and the clouds stay. So next station is 20, and that's a drop bag. So I'll switch to shoes, put some trail shoes on, get some other stuff, take the shirt off, and keep on moving. All right, I'll see you in a bit. All right, this is the 20-mile aid station. Here's first drop bag. All right. Hey, how are you?
Oh, you guys do your collared shirts.
I'm about to take this off. Can I use this seat?
Yeah, please. I had one of the wrong bags though, but the rest.
Okay, I just passed 20 miles. Switched to my Saucony Exodus Ultras just in time. the aid station is literally like 200 meters back, and it started not really easing us into this single track. So, it's a good start. I gotta check my pace card to see where I'm supposed to be at for this section. I'm still on 9:30 pace, but I might back it off closer to 10 or 10:30 pace. I'm only 20 miles in, and we're hitting a lot of technical stuff. And with that long climb, like I said, about 3.5 mile climb and about a 6 mile descent, my legs need a little break. So let's see, from 20. Oops. Let's say this is supposed to be 10:30 pace, so I'm imagining this is going to get a little bit more runnable in about a minute. And it's got, let's see, about 500 feet of gain and 500 feet of loss, so not too terrible. And this is a 5 mile section. All right, check in a bit. Foot's stuck in there. Hey, it's going. All right, past the 25 mile mark in about 4:35. So that's just over 9 hours, but we're getting this section here between 25 and 33 is the hard section. About 1,800 feet of climbing, 1,200 feet of descent. I don't remember from the elevation chart what that looks like, if it's just all up and then all down, or if it's up and down. But yeah, The sun is out, but there's still a lot of tree cover, so it's not gonna stay in the shade. It's not too bad. One thing I wanted to talk about was how I do pacing for races. If you haven't watched one of my race videos before, I use ultrapacer.com. Great website. Danny, who runs the whole thing, is amazing. And so I download the GPX files. I input where the aid stations are, and then it adjusts your pace automatically based on elevation. But you can also change things like, you know, is it paved? Is it bridle trail, single track, technical? And then also does nighttime adjustments if you want, and heat adjustments. I kept this one pretty simple, but what it allows me to do is pace from aid station to aid station. So instead of, you know, like on a lot of road races, you can just say I want to average, you know, 7-minute pace or whatever, and you can stick to that pretty closely. But with races like this, where there's flat road sections, technical hilly sections, it allows you to plan your time, but also adjust it for each section of the course. So I just do it from aid station to aid station. You can also put in aid station delays, like, you know, I kept it simple with this. I just put 2 minutes for every aid station, but in reality, it's like 30 seconds, 30 seconds, 30 seconds, and then like 4 or 5 minutes when I'm changing shoes or have my own drop bag. So that's how I'm able to pace these things, not go out too fast or too slow in any given section. And then I tend to reset at every aid station. So if I'm ahead or behind, I don't, I just then reset to whatever the pace is for the next section for my goal. You know, if I'm behind, maybe I'll try to make it up, but for the most part, I just say, okay, well, this is my plan. That last section I was fast or slow, but I need to get back on plan for the next, you know, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 miles, and not overdo it or hold myself back. All right, enough jibber jabber. I'll take you along. All right, like I said, we're halfway through. This next 8 miles is the hard section. All right, see you. 27.5 miles in. Been climbing since 25. I should have brought my poles. Yeah, I should have picked up my poles at 20. Well, I didn't even bring them to the race, so. Yeah. So, just a tough climb. I've just been walking, so. See if we can make it through this section. Oh, gosh, this section is tough. 28 miles. I am 15, 18 on this section. I know there's downhill coming, but I'm just letting this section be what it is. It's pretty steep. I'm pretty beat. So not saving anything for the end, but I don't see the point in like wasting a bunch of energy and not really making up that much time. So I'm gonna kind of walk, jog. I've been walking a lot, but we're doing it. Yeah, about 30 miles. 4:15 right now. That just goes to show you what I was saying in my last I was like 15:40 something earlier. We're still going up, but it's been a little bit more runnable. But yeah, it's like one of those things where it's like, I'm way off pace, and then the course changes. And you kind of come back. Like I said, the 10:30 10.5 hour pace for this section is 13:53, and like I said, I'm 14:15. So if we got got 3 more miles. If we get some downhills, I should be able to hit that. But I'm definitely not feeling like pushing. Down wet stairs, that's gonna be fun. How are you?
This is very interesting as you go.
Oh my goodness.
Enjoy.
Thank you so much. How far to the aid station?
Not too far.
Okay. Thank you. Okay. Oh gosh, guys, I am beat. Just hit 33 miles. The aid station's like right here. 13:48 pace, so about 5 seconds a mile faster than that 10 hours and 30 minutes, 10 hour 30 minute time pace. I'm feeling terrible, but with 17 to go, I also got to remember that was the hardest section, so hopefully it'll ease up. Alright, I'm gonna put the camera away because this is pretty treacherous. Phew, this is another reason I should have brought poles. This is downhill, but it's so steep that I'm actually slowing down. I'm going slower than when I was going uphill. Oh my goodness. I'm ready for a more runnable section. I don't know if I said 6 hours and 22 minutes. Okay. The 10.5 hour goal for this aid station was 6:46, so I've got 24 minutes to go, like a tenth of a mile. So at least I'm still in there, but if it's like this, I'm gonna definitely have a lot of trouble. Like I said, on paper, it doesn't look too bad, but I don't know what the actual terrain is like, so I'm ready to be done. All right. I mean, it's fun, but it's really hard. All right, 35 miles, 15 to go. Supposed to be 12:13 in this section, and I think I'm just under 12-minute pace. So I wanted to give you a bit more background on my 50-mile races. My first 50-mile race was probably just over 2 years ago. It was very flat. It was 5-mile loops. So you could have your aid station every 5 miles, you have whatever you want. And I hadn't really trained that much, so I wanted to do it, but I also was like, well, I'm just gonna take it easy, just try to get it done. And so I stopped a lot just at the aid stations, not like throughout the race. I would run the loop, and then I get something to drink, use some sunscreen, post on Facebook. And I ran 10:33 in that race. I feel like that was pretty good for my first one. But again, it was really flat and very runnable. Mostly bridle trail, but a little single track. And then, let's see. I tried to do the Iron Mountain 50 miler in 2021, but I just run Pikes Peak like 2 weeks before, and I had to drop down to the 30 in the middle of the race. And then I did the Umstead 100 last April, and my time for the 100 was 23:40. but I don't recall what my 50 split was. I have a feeling it was between 10:30 and 11. But as far as like hilly technical 50s, I've only done one, and that was, again, I went to Iron Mountain last September, and because of the experience I had the year before, all I wanted to do was finish. The cutoff there was 12 hours, and I ended up running, whoa, sunny, I hope this section isn't very far. And I ended up running 11 hours and 19 minutes. And when I say all I wanted to do was finish, I don't mean it was easy. Yeah, I was pushing a lot because I knew the year before I had such a hard time. So I ran the 11:19. So that was pretty good. I was pretty happy with that. So this one, if I can get under 10:30, I'm pretty impressed with myself. Just from a standpoint of, so last year when I ran Iron Mountain, you think with that channel named Mountain Man, I could pronounce mountain. Yeah, so last fall I was training for the Mid-State Massive. And if you've been following me, you know I got COVID the day before the race and couldn't do it. But I was training a lot of technical stuff. The last 6 months, I was training for Umstead, which is a bridle trail, no technical. It's hilly, it's like all races, like 8,000 feet, but it's very up and down, very runnable. So for me to come out here and be able to sort of hang, I'm very happy with that. But I have grindstone in 4 months, I think 4 months from today. So that's 23,000 feet. This is only 5. So 5 or 6, I can't remember. So although I'm impressed with myself from a standpoint of just kind of jumping in, I'm also like, oh no, I have a lot of work to do. So all right, I'm going to like I said, we're just 35 and a half. My batteries are not doing that great, so I've got a drop bag aid station about 5 miles and then 10 more miles to the end. So if there's something really cool, I'll film it. I might wait towards the end so I can catch that for you guys. All right, thanks for being here. Almost, let's see, 39.5. Last 6, well, it'll be 6.7 miles when I get there. But I've been going, I think, 12:30 pace. Oh my god, I feel like I've been running for 3 hours since the last aid station. So, luckily this one has a drop bag. Got my chocolate milk. I'll probably switch out my hat. And then, yeah, right now it's 7:48. 8:10 was the cutoff for the 10 hour and 30 minute goal. So still a little bit ahead, but I'm just not really struggling like that much physically. I'm kind of locked into a pace, but like I said, these long sections between aid stations, especially in this heat, just are getting to me mentally. This ice scarf really helped last time, so I'm gonna get that filled up again. So it's pretty much all gone now. And get my chocolate milk and maybe get a battery for the camera so I can film at the end. All right, see you guys in a bit. Alright, I didn't have a battery at mile 40, so I'm at mile 49 and a half. I think the course is a little bit long. I think it's be 51 miles. So I'm just gonna save the battery for the finish. But come on, I'm at 9 hours and 56 minutes. So it will be hopefully under 9:30 pace. And like I said before, there's a relay. There's an early start to start at 4:45 to give people that needed more time to like finish before the train came. And then there was the 6 a.m. start. So it's really hard to tell where you are place-wise, especially when people pass you can't even tell what bib they have. But we're making it. I will see you towards the finish. I hope everybody else had a great race today. Man, that was tough.
And Adrian takes third place in his age group for today's 50-mile competitive race. Congratulations.
Third place in my age group. I don't know what that means overall, but oh my god, that was so hot. All right. I'm gonna see if I can check in and get some ice and drink and all that. And I'll check in with you guys later. It is the next morning. It's about 6:30 in the morning. I'm about to head home. But like I said yesterday, I had 2 spare batteries. I went through both of those, but I didn't have a charger at the finish, so I wasn't able to wrap it up. So that's what I'm doing now. My finishing time was 10 hours and 11 minutes. So that was right in that range between that 9:30, like super hopeful goal, and the 10:30 kind of like, yeah, I'm happy with that. So yeah, 10 hours and 11 minutes. And that was good enough for 11th overall and 3rd Masters. So yeah, things are looking good. I was a little surprised. Like I said, in your head, you're always like, oh, I'm going to do great. But on the other hand, I also know I did the Umstead 100 about 7 weeks ago and hadn't done too much training in between now and then. So I guess this was mostly just residual. But it did put me on notice as far as like Grindstone is in 4 months from today. So I got a lot of work to do between now and then. But I hope you enjoyed the video. I saw so many people out there. It was a lot of fun. A lot of people recognized me. A lot of people were from the Durham area, and then I met people from all over the place. So, and Trivium Racing put on a great race. I talked to Rich a lot. He's the race director. He and his wife run that company, and they just put on a lot of good races. So I would recommend this race to anybody, especially if you want to run in a really beautiful place like this. Obviously, you guys saw all that. So anyway, thank you again for watching the video and for saying hi if you did. And I will talk to you next time. Thanks so much.